All right, y'all. Two peas in a bong in the building again. It's your boy DP.
It's your boy KP.
And happy to be here. It's your boy Bone.
We all happy to be here. Not
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
yeah, not in studio today. And last time we had a little issue with the sound, so hopefully that ain't the case today.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely check it out and see.
Apologies to the viewers and listeners. You know, technical difficulties. It's unfortunate, but it happens.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
true.
yep. Um, so let me see. Really quickly, I'm just gonna see if sound like we coming through, so I can
Yeah, we
turn
get
this off. So cool. All right, man. So let's jump into this, man. We were talking about the Olympics a lot, obviously, the past couple weeks, and now
hmm
we're talking about the aftermath of it. You know, getting back in the swing of the regular sports leagues here in the U.S. Um, there is one particular Olympian, an Olympic champion, Olympic gold medalist that has been staying in some headlines, just based off of some of the things that he said, and we kind of touched on that last episode when we spoke, and it was regarding Noah Lyles.
hmm
So he was actually on Nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. Um, did you guys happen to catch that?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, and Kevin, you said something before we got on here because remember, you were like, man, no allows are still talking, and then I was like, still talking, like, because I saw the interview. What was your pre interview thought, pre watch thoughts, and then after you saw it, what did you think?
All right. So let me start by saying this. Noah Lyles has said some stuff in the past that has rubbed me the wrong way.
Pause.
Yeah. Pause. And so when I saw it, I believe it was a snippet on Instagram. I don't know if it was posted by the Shade Room or who it was posted by, but it came across my feed. It was just a snippet, and I can't even remember what Noah Lyles said. But I've been so annoyed with Noah Lyles that I took it as this nigga is still talking. Oh my gosh. And was like, damn. So then I had to go and listen to the interview. And when I listened to the interview and listened to everything in context, I actually left out of listening to the interview thinking Noah Lyles isn't a bad dude. I think he's misunderstood. I think he has bad moments and he says things at the wrong time, but he's not a bad dude. So I
So
have
is
a
the
different
so
So
is it a case where the media is twisting what he's saying, or
some
they're
of it,
just
some of
okay,
it, some of it.
okay.
Like he has so I mean, we go into the interview and talk about the interview. There were different parts in
so
the interview. What? Oh, I'm sorry, Bon. Go on.
I was just gonna say that for me, um, it's part of the reason why I haven't really listened to anything associated with Noah Lyles because once he said the bullshit, I was like, I don't even want to be entertained by the shit, so I just left it alone. Right, so I haven't really consumed any kind of Noah Lyles content. Every time I see him, I just keep it moving because it's like it's the dude that you know always talking greasy, whatever. So I just kept it moving. You know, for that's me personally.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt the same, man. I feel you, and unfortunately, I kept falling for it. Like, no, what do you got to say now? Oh, listen to this shit.
I mean,
well,
were you expecting him to say something different, like you
well,
were giving him a chance, like
I
what?
I I,
I
I
don't
just
know.
I didn't know. I didn't know,
Okay.
but I was like, well, what's he gonna say now?
Well, shit. What is drawing you? Is that what it is? You just trying to hear what's next? Is that
Yeah,
drawing you?
absolutely. Yeah. What's
You
next?
sound like
Who's he?
Noah Lyles is becoming must see TV for you or something.
Well, no, well, I won't say it's must see TV. It was just like at one point he's talking about the NBA, then he's talking about Anthony Edwards in particular, then he's talking about the NFL, then him and Cheetah are going back and forth, and it's like, okay, well, who's next?
You know what he said about the Anthony Edwards situation though was he admitted there was probably a better way that he could have handled it, right?
He was in his feelings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
And with him is this is what I took away from the shit is that uh track doesn't get the
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 love,
notoriety here,
the love,
the
yeah, the
love,
love,
right?
yeah.
The athletes don't get the same notoriety. They don't get the same love. He mentioned old boy who beat him, I believe,
Yeah,
in
yeah, from
sorry, I
Botswana,
don't have his
from
name. Yeah, but from
Botswana.
Botswana, who beat him in the 200. He said, man, when he went back to his country, he had a reception of 30,000 people or
Yeah.
something. I may be
Wait, yeah, no, no,
exaggerating,
no, no,
but
no. It was 30. No, he said
okay,
30,000.
30,000 people.
Yes,
And he
30,000
said, he said, when I
waiting to
came
greet
to the
him.
crib, he said, when I came to the crib, my mom and dad picked me up from the airport and I was ready to go home and go to sleep.
Hey man, he said
Like,
a few people
yeah,
noticed him
a
on the
few
plane.
a few people. Right. So
because of them damn beads.
Well, he didn't have the mask on. That's why they noticed him. They're like, oh, the nigga with the, and the nigga had the mask for a while.
yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But
but
I think it's a matter of he's trying to bring more eyes to the sport. He's trying to do it his way, and his way may not be the way that motherfuckers like. Like you said, shit rubbed you the wrong way, pause. But it may be doing the same thing for other people. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's trying to, get more eyes on track and field.
he is. And listening to him talk, uh, he was emotional. He was like, I didn't feel heard.
Look at
And
him
when
emotional.
and when
Yeah.
you don't feel heard, you get louder and you yell.
Yeah.
And so that's what he said pertaining to Anthony Edwards. And it was like, okay, I see that you're acknowledging it. I see you were full of emotions. Um, he said, and I think he kind of went back and forth. He said he could have handled it different, but he had the opportunity to handle it different, and they
Yeah.
could have edited that part out, but he chose to leave that in.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
For sure.
that was kind of interesting when he said that. Um, listening to him talk about other stuff though, like
Motherfucker likes the attention, man.
no, he does, but I mean, one thing that also was like kind of confusing to me was when they asked him, okay, so the snippet I heard was when they were asking him who Nikola Jokic was, and he said, I don't know who he is. That was
Yeah.
the part that kind of rubbed me wrong. I'm like,
It's
okay,
not
you don't
not on.
know who Nikola Jokic is, but and they just won the NBA championship a year ago, but you know that Anthony Edwards hasn't been to a championship and hasn't won a championship. Like, I'm a little confused.
And
Capping.
he also said he didn't know who Tyreek Hill was
Yeah,
or is, and
yeah,
he challenged him to a race. He act like he don't know who he is.
yeah,
I mean, the thing is, it's like if you want the love, again, if you want the love for what you do, and you want to act like you can't acknowledge what other people do, and like you don't know what
yeah,
you know what I mean, it's like
yeah,
you don't know the MVP of the NBA right now,
yeah.
the sport you've been taking shots at. It's like I don't know, man. That part was kind of like
And that was a snippet I caught. So that's why I was like, ah.
yeah, but
Um,
that's a snippet. But when you watch the whole interview, that part is still like, come on, my nigga, like
yeah.
So go ahead, Kev.
Oh no, and I thought that Shannon did a great job of asking him the questions and facilitating the meeting and trying not to get involved, let his emotions get the best of him when he was communicating with Noah Lyles, because I could tell it seemed like it might have rubbed him wrong when talking about the NBA. We have the best athletes in the best sport, talking about the world champion with that, and then transitioning to the NFL and talking about the NFL has the best athletes, the world class athletes, the best football league. That's why we are the world champions.
And he
Hey,
was also, go ahead, Ubang, before I say go ahead.
I was, I was about to say your boy Shannon. He doing that on the job training. You know, he wasn't. I don't know if he was expecting his platform to be as big as it is. You
Yeah,
know,
for
but
sure.
after the Cat Williams interview, now Shannon Sharp is the new Wendy Williams. Niggas go there to get their dirt off. Like,
Yeah,
hey, I got some little dirt to get off. Let me go over here to Shannon show. So but and in the beginning he was, you could tell he wasn't really versed in it. But now it seems like, building the plane as he flies, he's kind of like getting to it and being a better host or whatever. So, Shannon Sharp, the new Wendy Williams.
definitely. If
Yeah.
I'm ever in some shit and I got to clear my name, get me on the Shannon Sharp show. Get me on there, man. Shay Shay, Uncle Shay, help your nephew
so,
out.
so you got a few things you want to say to the people. Let,
Absolutely,
let,
absolutely.
let us know what you got to say.
No, he gonna ask the question. He's gonna ask the question in the form that's gonna allow me to answer to get myself off the hook.
Yeah. He gives niggas the opportunity to just really say exactly what they want to say. Let me just tee it up for you,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
and I'll
man.
Hey,
give you the floor.
Oh
so
man.
one thing he was doing on the low was I don't know if you caught this, Kevin, when you watched it. He said Michael Johnson.
Oh, he played him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he
said
played. He
he
played.
don't know nothing but gold.
Yeah, he played him.
And then he was like in Usain Bolt, that's all I gotta say is his name. So he was like, how do you feel like you belong in that class of
Track
athlete?
stars that got
That
track
class of
stars
track star.
that got a shoe deal. That
Right,
got their own shoe.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
But he also threw out there because Michael Johnson is trying to start his own track league,
yes,
and he threw that out there. And I guess from what Noah Lyles was saying, they've been in talks with his folks.
yeah.
Um,
They have the hurdler. I can't think of the woman's name. Damn, the one that's married, the U.S. hurdler, the world record holder, 400. Shit, what is her name?
oh, you talking about McLaughlin?
Yeah, she's a part of it. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
They got her.
yeah. She's with them. Yes,
Okay. All
yeah,
right. Um. Well, one of the things I can agree with though is he was saying if he does participate in it, they don't even have a television deal for it, right? So he's
yes,
like, if we do all these things and have all these great moments, they'll be captured where,
yeah.
you know.
They're not
Um,
televised. Yeah,
but at the same time, it's like he also talked about self promotion in the this day and age with social media and stuff like that. So it's like, man, you got to start somewhere.
hey man, and
Like,
he played, and Shannon Sharp played him again on that. He was like, "Yeah, I mean, Usain Bolt got 14 million followers on
yeah,
Instagram.
yeah, you only got 1 point, whatever it
Yeah, you only
was.
got 1.4 million.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like damn.
Oh man. But you
Yeah,
Oh
said you walked
boy,
out. Go ahead.
oh boy, is for track and field to not really get the notoriety like that. It seems to me, you know, I'm not as expert on the shit, but it seems to me that you need to be likable because you don't have
Yeah.
that platform that's, we get to see you every Sunday or we get to see you 2 or 3 times a week or
Right.
whatever. You pop out once at like once every 2 years for like the world, and then 4 years for like for the Olympics or whatever. So
yeah,
we get to see you in limited time. So when we see you We need to see you at your best. You kind of have to be gracious, you know what I'm saying, with the way you speak. So his first impression, Noah Lyles' first impression to me was you come and you tear down an American dominated sport off the rip,
Yeah.
nigga. Like Shakari she had a misstep in the beginning, but people felt for her. Like there was
Yeah, we were
sympathy and
behind her.
empathy for her.
But
Exactly.
not, but I'm glad you brought her up because you talk about likable, right? Give
Right.
you an example. She's at the games, the basketball games.
Yeah,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Rooting
Right.
them on
yeah,
so they could
Rubbing
get to
shoulders,
go.
rubbing
You know,
shoulders, rubbing shoulders with the NBA elite.
with Melo and all in that's on the side. Like she there, she in the building. He
And she
ain't
was
doing nothing like that.
who was there? Was that not Jimmy Kimmel? It might have been um was it Jimmy Kimmel or one of those talk show hosts? She's there with him, Mello, or Fallon. I can't remember which one it was, but
Probably Fallon.
I
yeah,
think it was Fallon, and then and Mello, and like front row hobnobbing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like you gotta ingratiate yourself with the people. We want to like you,
yeah,
but nigga, when you just keep taking like hella shots
yeah,
at your own people. I think Josh
yeah.
Hart said something like, "I wanted this nigga to lose."
That's
yeah,
man. Hold
yeah,
up.
Like,
I was just about
yes,
to say, like, hey,
yeah,
but Shannon Sharp said something like that too. He said, "You got your own countrymen rooting against you, like
yeah,
wanting you to lose in the like, nigga." That's exactly what you talking about. Like, if you don't like a nigga, you gonna be like, fuck this nigga. I
yeah.
yeah,
don't care if he come in dead last. Like, I'm not fucking with this nigga. I don't think any of the NBA players was rooting for that nigga. If you want to
no.
keep it 100, like none of them.
And the Olympics is the place where
You
I
said
don't
every.
know,
You
I
said
don't know
all that
90%.
aside.
Yeah, I don't know 90% of these niggas' name, but I'm rooting for you.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right. Uban,
So,
Uban. It's like you say, if I see a black dude and a
oh yeah,
white dude fighting, who I'm rooting for.
the black dude. It's automatic.
No disrespect,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
but it's your own kind. But it's
yeah,
the same thing applies because when you're out in a different country, you supposed to band together.
yeah.
The
right,
ain't who else is in there to root you on in the stands if it ain't the other athletes.
I mean,
Like
and
correct.
that
the
shit
rest of the
happens.
US didn't travel to Paris, you know what I'm saying? So
I mean, that shit happens in the states. Let us end up on the East Coast, and it's a motherfucker from Northern California, in which
oh
motherfuckers
yeah.
from Northern California and Southern California don't really rock like that.
Yeah, but if
Right.
But
it's
if we're on the
California,
East Coast and it's the two of us,
yeah.
oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
California in the
Hey,
building,
Yeah,
baby. Like,
California love. Yeah,
hey, nigga, we
hey,
did that. We did that with Aaron Rodgers.
yeah,
Remember
we
way back
did.
in the day
Uban.
when we were at Arizona State, this
Yeah,
nigga
me
Aaron Rodgers was at Cal. This
yeah,
nigga was at Cal. Cal was in town to play Arizona State.
at the Sun Devil State
We are on
at the Sun Devil.
at
Well,
Sun Devil Stadium.
yeah, Sun Devil Stadium. Yeah,
Yep,
my bad.
we're on the side, nigga, where
With the Arizona State
with
fans.
Arizona State, right?
Yes.
And
right.
we over there every time this nigga Aaron Rodgers do something, we like hell yeah, nigga. And
Calais,
niggas start
Calais.
yeah, niggas start looking at us like who the fuck? But
Right.
It stands
nigga,
is packed.
Hey,
Pat,
It's only
listen,
us two there. We don't even know Aaron Rodgers, let alone
right,
anyone on the Cal
I
team.
right,
I I give y'all another example. I went to school down south, right? North Carolina Central University. And down south, at the HBCUs, especially like at the time it was a smaller one. They have more notoriety now. You know what I'm saying? Like really they on the come up as far as sports and social status and all this other, all the other good stuff that kids really tap in for. But before then, a lot of dudes from Cali wasn't really in Carolina. So shit, it was probably like I think it was like three of us. It
Mm.
was
hmm
four of us. It was four of us. Um, from California. One dude was a lame, so he didn't
Oh,
like we
I
didn't
hey
we
man,
didn't
I
count.
hate that, man.
Nigga didn't
we
Nigga,
didn't
count.
nigga
yeah,
fucking it up for the state. You like,
yeah.
this nigga is
So
not a
so
representation of us.
so it was three of us, me representing LA, a nigga from Diego that we knew was Diego because he from
Yeah,
SD,
yeah,
and then my boy Deuce, who was from the Bay Area. So it was like we had the Bay, then we had San Diego, then we had LA,
Hmm.
and that was it. And it was just like, but we had to stick together. Like nigga, shit, we all we got out here.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
shit,
CMB baby.
yeah.
Hey man, I
So
can attest to that, Ubong. I went to
yeah.
HBCU my first year, and
Hmm.
same thing. So I'm riding with you. I feel you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So
Matter
for
of
him,
fact, they called you LA, right?
Yeah, well, nah, they called me Cali at the
Or Cali.
HBCU. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Some, what's his name? The good doctor called me LA.
Who the fuck is a
yeah,
good doctor?
The nigga from Chi Town.
Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was LA to him, but nah,
Oh, okay.
out there I was
Okay.
yeah, I was Cali.
Okay.
yeah, that was my nickname. I'm telling you, I'll be in class and people will hear my name or the teacher take roll and they hear my name. People looking like, fuck is fuck is that? This nigga's name is LA. Like niggas, niggas ain't
Oh
shit.
shit.
But yeah, so for him to not be able to be ingratiated um like with the with American athletes is a
Mhm.
black eye for him,
Yeah.
regardless how he tries to clear it up. Because see now, again, in full disclosure, I did not watch the Club Shay Shay, right? Um, but like now it seems like it's more PR.
Yeah.
Like I heard, like he claims he didn't say the shit about Anthony Edwards, and the stuff about that with the Adidas shoe and all that, and it's all PR after the fact. Like, hey man, we got to clean up your image. Like, bro, you got a small window of time. Like when you talk about Michael Johnson, like we remember him for being great, but nigga was always in good standings. You know what I'm saying? Like all
Yeah,
the greats in track and field. Like I've never seen. I'm talking about. You can go back to Carl Lewis, Michael Johnson. Um, all the female athletes, like all the
Hmm.
female track and field stars, right? FloJo and like I have never heard any negativity, and maybe it could be partially because back then there was no social media, so things didn't travel as much, and but oh boy, just don't get it. Like, what's wrong with the nigga?
Man,
yeah. The
I don't know.
and on the interview when he talked about the Anthony Edwards, he did try to clean it up. So he was like he had something a prior event in Milan, and
Yeah,
that
he was supposed to do some kind of walk or
yeah,
something.
he was supposed to do a walk in Milan, and he should have just went with that because that wouldn't have sounded bad as far as the prior engagement. But he left the other part in. It's like, yeah, you should have left that part out and put that part in and saying the Milan stuff
Yeah,
because
I
he
mean
Yeah,
did
sometimes,
understand
yeah,
that.
sometimes they say less is more and sometimes less is better.
Yeah,
Like it is what
but
it is, man. Like I'm on the side of what Ubang is saying. Like if you don't come across as a likable motherfucker, then you're not gonna get your agenda across. You're not gonna achieve what you're trying to achieve, right? You're gonna cap your own shit because of the way you handle stuff. Like, if motherfuckers don't fuck with you, you're not gonna bring the eyes that you want to the sport. Like playing that, like
it's
I don't know, is it playing that villain role, that villain shit? Like that shit ain't. You're
listen,
you're you're not even going to it's not combat, right? Like you're.
you, you,
I
you
don't know.
mentioned
Like, am I making sense? Like the villain role, like that
you
works in
mentioned
some cases, but
you mentioned Michael Johnson, right? He only had one bad moment, and that was the race with Donovan Bailey when he pulled that
when he
hamstring.
pulled his hamstring,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's all of America was sad,
but
hurt, pissed, furious, everything. And then
but
Carl
that's human.
Lewis.
I mean, that's human.
And then Carl Lewis had the one bad moment when the nigga sang that
Oh, the
national anthem.
national anthem.
when, when nigga sang that national anthem. That was when
Oh
we found out,
shit.
okay, this is something that Carl Lewis can't
Oh,
do.
oh man.
Nigga could do everything. Nigga could run, he could jump.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
The nigga couldn't
hey.
So
sing.
I'll say this: him and Shikari, when they were doing like the world, when they were running for like the world games or whatever, they both were. She was coming from, coming from out that valley,
Yeah.
right? Because she tried to she had to regain her notoriety and popularity, and she did that, right? And he was on the come up, but her okay, so she didn't qualify for the 200. She got beat in the 100, which was supposed to be her race because um, Jamaica dropped out,
Mm-hmm.
and she only got one gold, right, in the 4x1.
Mhm.
But people were still fucking with her because she's just more likable. She understood the moment, and maybe it's because she went through what she went through,
Yeah, I
and
think that
maybe
has a
he's
lot to do with it. And she's
exactly.
triumphed after
Exactly.
going through it. Yeah.
Exactly. And maybe this is him going through what she went through. Like he's gonna, like learn from, this part of his career. And, we'll see maybe in 4 years, you know, there'll be like, some more bonds created. Yeah, like if I was him, if I was his PR person, like, nigga, I need you to start popping out the NBA. Like, I need you to pull up with some
That's gonna be
Adidas
tough.
athletes. Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is it's gotta be, even if it's a business deal, right? It's business up front. Pull up, somebody's gonna vouch for you. You gotta find
Yeah.
somebody to vouch for you. And it's gotta be someone American. So don't do no funky shit and start pulling up with Wemby or you
Mm-hmm.
know
The
what I'm saying? Or when these foreigners pull up with an American and get your face back.
the
Yeah,
smart
but
money
and
would
that
be
it would have
Anthony
been
Edwards.
it
That's
would have
yeah,
been,
that's the smart money.
but do you think Anthony Edwards is fucking
Nope.
with that shit at this
Nope.
point? That's
No.
what I'm
I,
saying. Like you
I
you kind of let that
honestly,
No.
shit.
nah,
He's
honestly, it would
no.
be it would be good business on his
No.
part to
He's not
do
Who's
that type of
whose
person.
part?
on
Whose
Anthony
part?
Edwards. It would
No,
be good
he's not
business
that
on
type of
his part.
person.
Yeah,
He's
he's
not
not
that
that
I
type
type
of
hear
of
you,
person.
but I'm saying it
No,
would be good business on his end.
it would have been
he
good
don't care.
business. It would have been good business on Noah Lyles' part to go to the fucking shoe shit and just, rub
And be
elbows and
humble.
rock with the nigga like you would have been, it's the same type of shit. Like you want motherfuckers to fuck with you, but you don't want to fuck with other like the shit don't make sense.
But
Yeah.
I mean, as long as if Anthony Edwards can continue to do good deeds and win, all is forgotten from all the other stuff with the baby mama drama and all that stuff. That shit is
No, but
forgotten.
but Anthony Edwards ain't on trial, nigga. What are you
Yeah,
talking
that's what
about?
I'm saying. Like it ain't even
Nah, and you
about
talking
that.
about Noah Lyles. Noah
Yeah.
Lyles. What
But
I'm
I'm
saying
I'm
is
just saying good
Anthony
business on
Edwards.
Anthony Edwards' end.
No, 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 no. Anthony Edwards is good money already. Like, ain't nobody talking about the baby mama shit. He had one of the baby moms and one of the kids or whatever at the Olympics with him. So I don't know what the baby mama drama is. As long as he continues to perform, niggas don't give a fuck. Tyreek Hill got 10 baby mamas or however many he got.
God
Nick,
damn. And that nigga's everybody.
he just had a baby.
I'm
He's
just
n-
saying, but we're
yeah.
talking about Anthony Edwards because I'm saying good business because he's going to be the face of the NBA. He's on the trajectory. Keep doing the good stuff, man, and put
No,
yourself
but
all the way
Yeah,
in the
but it
position to
wasn't
be
it
the face.
wasn't like Anthony Edwards rejected that nigga's
I understand,
invitation or something like that.
but
That's why
but
I'm like,
it,
what the fuck?
but he's then he's like charismatic and forgiving. It's like, oh man,
no,
this
he's
dude is
but he's
forgiving.
but he's not though. The thing that people love about Anthony Edwards is he's no bullshit. Like that's one of his defining qualities is that he's not one of these new age NBA players. He's like cut from the old school cloth. So
Right.
like he's not, if he don't fuck with you, he's not gonna fuck with you. And
And
I
a,
can respect that.
and a matter of fact, we had some people in the comments of the Anthony Edwards is the ninth grader,
Yeah,
playing
Playing
varsity
varsity.
short. I think somebody in that one said something like he's so authentic
yeah.
and I hope he stays that way. Like,
That's what
yeah,
makes him likable. That's why the people fuck with him. So yeah, no allows, you had your chance. That's gone. If it's with AE, it's over. So you can find another Adidas athlete. I don't know who else. Maybe Harden. You
Well,
know, he's
well
still
maybe
or
whoa,
he maybe
combination with that.
maybe he
Dame.
builds it. Maybe he builds it with Tyreek Hill
Nah, I don't
in the
think it's gonna be
race.
Dame Lillard either, because when he said that shit, that nigga Lillard was on X like the fuck in the comments when that nigga said the shit about the NBA world champions of what?
Yeah.
That nigga Lillard was like the fuck. It was like three niggas who said that shit. I'm just saying.
Hey, real quick, I know we weren't it wasn't on the docket for the night, but man, I really wanted to. Did y'all catch that Israel Adesanya fight on
Ah,
Saturday?
I
I
sure in the
didn't.
fuck did,
I
man.
did not.
This nigga
What the
really
fuck
pissed me
is he
off.
doing, man? What the
He's
fuck?
nigga sleeping in silk sheets, man. Nigga sleeping in silk sheets. Like it's it's when you look at how
Oh
he
man.
and he
He
was
had the
winning that
fight
fight
won.
too.
Yeah, I was about to say he had the fight won in the first four,
Man,
didn't
he is the thing is like skill wise, talent wise, that nigga is so ridiculous. And it's almost like somebody who's so talented gets in the fight and is like, all right, I'm about to try this shit out. I'm about to
Yeah,
do this and do that. It's like, nah, man, just get in there and just execute the game plan and take niggas out. Like, stop
but
playing with your food, man.
think I think so. I was Cowboys were playing at the same time as the fight. They're playing the Raiders, so I had to kind of figure out how to navigate both. Um, and I was watching one of my favorite Cowboys personalities, Vosh Lombardi, and he was saying he made a good point that Izzy isn't really a big dude, right? And somewhere along the line, his weight class got bigger and stronger. So like, dude is that he was fighting was much bigger than him, right?
Yeah,
So you're talking about his skill set. He has the skill set, but he probably doesn't have the
ridiculous.
power. He doesn't have the power. So when you have to go the distance with a lot of these guys, like Izzy was catching him with all kinds of shit,
Yeah,
but it wasn't really something where he felt like he couldn't go all 5 rounds. And in UFC, man, I really hate it because it doesn't really matter who's winning the fight. All it takes is
he? Yeah.
one
mm-hmm,
one
mm-hmm.
fucking
Misstep.
slip,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
and the motherfuckers got you in the
uh,
rear naked chokehold.
yeah,
That shit is all.
yeah.
That's a killer every time. So I didn't. I know we didn't have that on the schedule, but
No,
damn.
no, no. I kind of was just like, damn, man. Afterwards, I was talking to my brother and was just like, what the fuck, man? Like this nigga could have won that fight,
Yeah,
and it was just like, a couple different things. Just I don't know. I don't know if it was when he had him at a distance, right? He was tagging him, hitting him with jab, hitting him with the body punches, hitting him with the kicks, the roundhouses to the body, like, and it looked like he was setting him up, and then all of a sudden, you know, he started looking for that, the spinning elbow,
yeah,
and it's like, dog, like just go with the stuff that's tagging this
yeah.
anyway.
Stick to the basics.
Yeah,
But that's that greatness, man. And I felt like I was just listening to some of the build up to the fight and like some of the interviews and like they do everybody does like the what's that shit called, like the 24/7 the all access
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Shout out to Floyd Mayweather, man, who
For jump
really
starting that shit.
who really pioneered that shit where now you get the all the behind the scenes, you get into the training camps, you
Mm-hmm.
get into the personal lives and all that other shit. Floyd Mayweather, who never gets the credit he deserves. But um, I was watching some of
And
that
why
shit
is that, Ubang? That goes back to
to the
niggas
no
don't
allow
like
shit.
him.
Niggas don't
Yeah,
like you.
Niggas don't
Yeah,
yeah,
like him.
yeah.
yeah.
You know.
Floyd Mayweather,
That
Barry
actually worked
Bonds, you
into
name
his
it.
favor a lot
And
because
what does that go back into? The villain shit that I was saying,
Yeah.
but that's
I,
in boxing.
I think in Floyd's case it worked in his favor because
Yeah,
motherfuckers was paying. Yeah,
it's boxing.
see, you
yeah,
It's
knew.
a
exactly.
different,
Absolutely.
it's a different.
Yeah,
I said the villain thing works sometimes.
yeah.
I don't know if it's working in track, nigga.
Nah,
You're not,
nah.
it's not I said specifically, it ain't combat
Yeah.
sports.
Oscar De La Hoya got on Shay Shay. I mean, like I told you, Wendy Williams. Niggas go there to get their shit off. Oscar De La Hoya went there to address, or I don't even know if he went there to address it, but Shay Shay asked the nigga about the little shit where he had on the pantyhose, the fishnets and shit. I said, oh, this nigga Shannon Sharp off the chain, nigga. But anyway,
Oh fuck.
in that interview, he made mention that Floyd Mayweather was benefited from being the villain. Like
Right.
he was one of the great villains because everybody like and, and Floyd was so fucking smart, especially on the back end of his career. And I didn't even want to rabbit hole, like go down a rabbit hole, but on the back end of his career, he fought on 2 dates: Cinco
Cinco
de
de
Mayo
Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
Mexican Independence Day.
Yep.
Right? He knew that the Mexican
They didn't
population,
like that nigga.
they didn't like him, and
And wore the
whoever you
Mexican
propped up,
flag shorts.
yeah, whoever you propped up as the next great Mexican fighter, or just doesn't he have Latino fighter,
Mm-hmm.
they were going to support them to try and whoop Floyd's ass, and Floyd was just whoop lining them up. And
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
so anyway, but um, so during the all access shit,
Because matter of
I'm
fact,
just
before you
listening.
go on, Ubang,
Yeah,
I think Victor Ortiz was
yep,
one of the up and coming that
yep,
Floyd Mayweather took
Yeah.
care of, and he just recently started talking about. I think he had an interview on Vlad TV or something like that, and where he was talking about the Floyd
mhm,
Mayweather fight and breaking down how all that shit happened when he headbutted him, and then he ended up
yep,
getting knocked out. But he was another one of those guys up and coming, and then got that ass beat. Pause. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
so so when I was watching the all access, I'm like, damn, Izzy don't sound like he got that hunger anymore. You know, like I feel like he had that hungry stage where
Mm-hmm.
you would listen to him and he's like, they gonna have to kill me in this ring. Like I am willing to fucking die in
Yeah.
here
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
for this W. Right? Then he found he made it to the top. Then he's wearing the fucking French tip manicures. I said, this nigga done went Hollywood.
Mm.
Nigga fucking European bitches.
Man,
Yeah, fucking European bitches and doing cocaine.
my brother
Like
was
Marcus,
like, it. My
like
brother was
Marcus
like, is it
Jordan.
time for him to retire? My brother was
Oh yeah,
asking
Oh,
yeah,
if it was time for him to retire.
for sure.
You think so?
Oh, for sure.
Oh
The
wow.
hunger ain't
Okay.
there. But that was look. So that's
Damn,
when
and
he's
it's
at his
the
peak.
talent and the skill is, man. But shit.
That's when he was at his peak. So at his peak, that's when he pulling up with, he had two European bitches on his arm. He doing cocaine. He got the French manage. He got the French tip. Hold on, hold on.
did
He
he
got
have the did
he
he have
got
the
the
long pinky nail?
yeah, oh, I'm sure he did. But he had the French manicured fingernails, right? And he's wearing that shit in fight. I said, oh, he's Hollywood now. Like
Oh
he's not
no.
hungry anymore. Like now he thinks he's bigger than the program. He got humbled a couple of times. Then like, after he lost, it was like now it's the self-reflection. It's like, hey man, I'm at peace with whatever happens. I'm just here, just, I'm using this new training method and this new regimen and blocking these people out of my life that weren't good for me. Like, now you talking that shit and go ahead and hang it up. Like I felt like I was rooting for him coming into the fight, but like I was in a couple group chats and I was just like, I won't even be mad if if he get his ass beat because he just don't look like he got the hunger. So like I'm watching the fight, and of course I get pissed. And my 11-year-old, he's like, "Did he lose?" I was like, "Yeah, he lost." He's like, "Are you mad?" I was like, "Nah, I'm not mad because like I had no expectations for this nigga coming into the fight because he just sounded like a nigga that just I'm too comfortable, man. Like
Mm.
I've made enough money. You know what I'm saying? Like I can go, he can go back to Nigeria or Europe and fucking retire and live out his days as, you know what I'm saying, like this famous motherfucker. You can go and, get money off of training athletes and you've branded yourself to where you
Hmm.
can get money for the rest of your life. So yeah, and it's to bring it back to Floyd, it is truly a testament that Floyd, who stayed at the top of the game for 20 years, never fell into that trap of like I'm too comfortable or I've made too much money. That nigga approached every fight the same way. That nigga never cheated the game. So say
Hmm.
Yeah.
what you want about Floyd, that motherfucker is all your greats. Every single one of your greats done fail. Name them. Line the list up. All them niggas done had they highs and they lows. And at the end of the day, that's why it humanizes them to where people really fuck with them. Floyd, the reason a lot of people hate him is because he never
They just want
lost.
to see him lose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
nigga never.
He
Lost.
never
They want to
lost.
see him lose.
LeVar Ball never lost.
Yeah, no, I
Man,
agree.
hey man, that nigga almost lost to Marcellus Wiley in that one-on-one game.
Oh
Nah,
shit. Yeah.
Nigga.
Oh man. Um man, so moving on. Uh I we were talking about how stuff is settling back in after the Olympics, going back to the US regular leagues and sports and stuff. So the WNBA is kicking back into full gear. Um and Kevin, I know you have followed some of the games. I haven't followed as many as you. I did catch a couple of them today.
Hmm.
But just at this point in the season, I'm gonna just throw out a couple of stats
Hmm.
that the regular stats that folks tend to look for, which is points, assists, and rebounds. So let's start with assists first because we have Caitlin Clark who leads the WNBA in assists with 8.3 assists per game, but she also broke the rookie record. I think it was today.
Yeah,
She
Tisha
broke the rookie.
Penichero.
Yeah, she broke the rookie record today and is leading the entire league with 8.3 per game. Alyssa Thomas is second with 7.8. But Clark, right now, as it stands, if we're looking at total, she has a 30 assist lead on Thomas. She has 232 total. Thomas has 202. Um, Rebounds. Angel Reese leads the league in rebounds. Um, and she has a total of, I think it's 12.3 per game. Uh, she has a total
Hmm.
of 332,
Damn.
and Asia Wilson has 311. So
Mm.
Wilson is second behind Reese in rebounds. Um, and in points, Asia Wilson, who is balling,
Dominant.
yeah, she is, man. Um,
Dominant.
she leads the league with 27.3 points per game.
Hmm.
Kalia Copper of the Phoenix Mercury is second with 23.1 per game. So she has a 4 point per game average lead, more than 4 points per game lead. Um, so she's killing the game, Asia Wilson. So she's up there first in points, second in rebounds. Um, so those are the stats there. One team stat, Kevin, we were talking about the Liberty
Hmm.
have already clinched
Kicking ass, man.
a playoff spot. I think they're 23-4,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like 18
I think they're 22-4. My bad.
22-4. I think it's 23.
Okay.
And they've already clinched a playoff spot at this point, and there's like 18 games or 17 games still left in the season. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I know you watched a little more than I did, so I mean, you have some takeaways from WNBA at this point in the season.
Um. So let me start with Kalia Henrietta Copper. Excuse me, Cooper.
It's
Uh,
it's it's Copper.
okay, my bad. I wrote it down wrong. Yeah, Henrietta Copper, and you know why I'm saying. For those of you that don't know, I'm saying Henrietta from the character from BMF, the the female drug dealer
Oh
that
man.
was at odds with Terry, that wanted to kill Terry, set the bed on fire.
Terry Flannery.
You're next. Yeah. So man, she came
At
back.
least you can wish me luck.
She's came back. She's been balling. So I wanted to shout her out.
Yeah, she
Her
has been.
last game in France, she was balling. She had a subpar game. The last game was subpar, but her first two, she picked up right where she left off. So she had 29, and then after that, what did she have? What did she have?
Come
Excuse me.
on, baby.
Uh,
Come on, baby.
um,
Come on, Kevin Nigajowski.
no, oh, she had 32. Excuse me, she
Okay.
had 32. But they lost to the Fever and Caitlin Clark that game.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Ubang, I want to shout you out.
Oh,
One of the things you said, and this is no sarcasm. This is like real shout out. Ubang was Negro Damas. One of the things you said was by Caitlin Clark not going to the Olympics, this
I was
will
going to touch on
allow
that.
her to get some rest and come back and really show the world the Caitlin Clark that we were anticipating on seeing when she came out of college. So shout out to you because in her first game back, she had a double double. Um, and she had what was it?
I think it was 29,
Uh,
10 and 5.
in the first, yeah,
But she been
something like
looking better anyway, though. Too. I think we were talking about she was looking better as she started settling in. But
that. And
yeah,
she's and she I'm sorry, and she's actually one double double away from tying the WNBA rookie record by a guard. So the record by a guard for double doubles was Courtney Vandersloot, and that was in 2011 with 11. Caitlin Clark now has 10. In her last game today, she had 9 assists, so she was 1 assist shy.
yeah, she'll get
But
that shit.
yeah, yeah, she will.
Hey, to that point, KG was on Twitter, and this is 1 day ago.
Yeah.
He said, and I quote, "What if Caitlin Clark's Olympic break was the off-season adjustment for the league that WNBA rookies don't get before their first season?
Mm-hmm.
Shit looked crazy out there yesterday. Can tell she was in the film room. Peep the difference. Same shit from the first half, except better pace, command, and feet."
Man,
So,
you know what? Along those lines, do you think that the WNBA will ever change their scheduling? Like I
as
know,
they
I
grow,
know that as they grow, I know they're trying to fit in that pocket where there's nothing that's really competing. Like when NBA takes a break, they try to start like picking up, and they try to finish before the NBA comes back
NFL,
around and starts.
no, the NFL. You
In
try to
the
finish before.
NFL, right? True.
Yeah.
But I mean, they can't help the overlap with the
Yeah.
NFL. Like it's gonna happen. Like you like September-ish and all that stuff. Like you're getting in gear with the NFL right now. It's already taking like some headlines and some steam. But do you think that they will ever figure that out and say these rookies who are coming in, they need a break, some adjustment time? Let's move start date for the season back a little bit.
I
Man,
think it's tough.
I said it when it happened. Like I said, y'all ran who everybody assumes will eventually be the face of the league through the gauntlet, like with no shame.
Yeah, and it
No
happens
shame.
every year.
But no,
It
no,
was a
no.
little
It
bit
was,
different with Caitlin Clark though, with her games, like the way
and they
they
front loaded the games and made them against their hardest,
yeah,
some of their hardest opponents. So, they didn't do her any favors. And it's just, again, that speaks to, you know, a younger league, fumbling the bag. And again, we've,
oh,
listen,
you know what that's like.
hey, no, no, no. I was just about to tell you, since we fumbled the bag last week, like it kind of like puts me in that like, okay, it happens. Like, you're newer, you know, shit happens, right? Like you don't have a chance to really. Sometimes you got to figure it out on the go, like building a plane as you fly type shit. But I think eventually, as they get bigger, they create more teams. They expand the league. I think they just need to get the more popularity, and they can expand their season. They can have overlap, and it won't be a problem.
Nigga,
Um,
It,
they're
I'm
treating
I'm gonna
Caitlin
say
Clark. They're treating Caitlin Clark, or treated her with that gauntlet that you spoke of. They
yeah,
treated her like Stephen Jones is saying they will treat CeeDee Lamb
CeeDee Lamb.
when
Oh
they
yeah,
pay him.
if we pay
We are
you,
going to run you in the ground
nigga,
and
and we
feature you
and
until
look, and
possibilities are exhausted.
anytime you get tired, nigga, we cracking the whip. Hiya, giddy,
so
giddy up. So
so this is what I would say. They're not going to change the season because a lot of the uh, professional athletes in the WNBA also supplement their income by playing overseas in the Euro League. And so
well,
the Euro League is from September to April. So they're
so
playing over there. And
and
then
again, we
the WNBA, huh?
I don't want to get into this go off on this tangent or kind of go down this rabbit hole, because it wasn't on the agenda. But they're trying to get away from that. They're trying to get away from that Euro shit with the big the 3-on-3 league that,
Yeah.
is it Stewie?
Stewie
Is
and
it Stewie that established it?
Naphasia Collier from Minnesota.
Nafisa or
Yeah,
Nafisha.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, they need to talk to Ice Cube about that shit. They probably don't
So
want that nigga to be involved, but you know.
no, no. But what I'm saying is they took the blueprint. They probably took his blueprint and they're gonna use it, but that's supposed to help the women,
Supplement the
not
income.
have to exactly not have to
Yeah,
play overseas, right? So
yeah.
like we get to bring it out here, and again, they may get into some, like, when you start your own shit, you have the latitude to kind of like do it how you want to do it. So
Hmm.
who's to say that they don't have a scenario where they do some shit with the big three, or
But
what I'm
see,
saying, like,
here's what they can't do though, right? They can't do a cross promotional doubleheader with the NBA
No.
because they don't run concurrent.
Yeah.
But if you had something like that, that could possibly bring more attention to the sport.
Then
You know,
I thought it was a thing like some of the players were going back and coaching on the college level as well during the off season.
I mean, they got to do something
Yeah,
because they ain't getting paid.
so as long as you have the issue of them not making enough money during the off seasons, they're tied up. So it's going to be hard to change it.
Right.
Hey, and before we get too far, y'all niggas know I'm not finna let y'all niggas not acknowledge Angel Reese. So, niggas really thought. Hold on, man.
We are. She was part of the first
Well,
acknowledgement,
I mean,
man. The
yeah,
nigga-
Uh,
we just hadn't
yeah,
got the rest of
we ain't got
it.
to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but go on. I mean, we know you're a Reese cup. Go
yeah.
on.
Go
no, no,
Go
Reese's
on.
Reese,
Pieces, nigga.
Reese's
Reese's
Pieces,
Pieces.
nigga.
Get it
My
right.
bad. Hey,
Get
hey.
it, absolutely,
Oh,
get it
hey,
right.
yo, my
But,
bad.
um, you know, I think, man, she like when we talk about Noah Lyles, you want to know the opposite of Noah Lyles? It's Angel Reese. The love she gets, bro. Like I don't know if y'all really peep. Like in she was in Paris for the Olympics. Like that's the difference between even her and like a Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is like a hermit crab. Like she's just trying to like get away from the cameras. Like I hate that shit. Angel Reese is like, nah, nigga, like, let me embrace this shit. I'm hobnobbing. We talk about Shakari was out there hobnobbing
Hmm.
with the stars. Angel was too.
Hmm.
Angel was out there with the men's USA basketball team. She was out there with the, you know what I'm saying, with the Hollywood folks. And what I'm starting to notice is like a lot of the white purists, like or basketball purists, are fans of of Caitlin Clark. But a lot of the celebrities, right? Like the people that actually represent, like, especially on the urban side,
The influencers,
exactly. They are huge Angel Reese fans because she's just more likable and more relatable. Caitlin Clark is just, she's,
A
she's
hooper.
Kevin Durant.
no,
She's a
she's.
She's
hooper.
Kevin
No, I
Durant.
was gonna say Kobe when he first came to the league.
No,
Nah,
she's
nah,
just
nah.
strictly hooper. She's a
She's Kevin
basketball
Durant.
player. She's a hooper.
That's Kevin Durant.
Yes, nothing more, nothing less.
Nothing
Like
exactly. I don't want
you're not gonna catch her on the runway or on some magazine looking, oiled up
Looking
and
sensual,
shining. Yeah, like that ain't
looking
you ain't about to see
sexy.
right. You
And
ain't about to see
no
her
sex
like that.
appeal. Nah, we want a rough
so
eyebrows, that
yes.
damn
So
ponytail. Yeah.
So I think Angel, she's played like in 3 games since she's got back, since they came back from the Olympic break.
Hmm.
She's had double doubles in all three. Tonight she almost had a 20-20.
Oh
So she
yeah.
had 19 points, 20 rebounds,
Hmm.
1 point or 1 point off of 2020. The fastest WNBA player to record 20 double doubles in the season. Not rookie, is
Player.
player in the WNBA. So, and the funniest thing about it, man, it's like I said, everybody keeps trying to say like, oh, she's already maxed out, she reached her potential. Once she starts finding out how to get better touch around the basket,
Hmm.
bro, I don't. I just
And make free
Or,
throws.
or
no,
just
she's pretty decent with her free throws.
or
Pretty decent.
or develop a consistent 15-foot jumper,
And
mid
she's been
range
on that.
jumper.
She's been on that jumper lately. So I think she has her man, her upside is crazy. Her upside is crazy. Because she just has a motor that she's outworking a lot of these chicks in the league. Like six
Is
three,
this
she's not that tall.
I,
well for
this is the
for
part I. This is the part where we go to our disagreeing and our banter back and forth. I don't think her upside is crazy, but I think her motor is crazy. Because upside, she's undersized at her position. And so it's like, I think Cordoso still has a higher ceiling once she can really get into the groove. But motor, out of this world motor.
So if Angel Reese develops um a consistent jumper, has better touch around the basket, and just does everything else that she does now the same, you think Cardoza would be a better player than she is?
I think that Cordozo has the higher upside.
What does that mean? Explain that to me.
That means that she Cordoso has the size to be dominant. Like her physical size is imposing. And if she can, if her motor was a little better and she was in more shape and
It's not.
didn't get in foul trouble,
It's not.
then she would then be on the floor more, and then you'd see it in her numbers because she'd be more effective.
So the issue is, if the WNBA doesn't have a lot of Cardozas, right? So for
Mhm.
everything that she's good at on the offensive end, right? So all the value that she brings on the offensive end, she's a liability on defense.
Is
No,
she?
no.
Yeah, like
She alters
No,
shots and blocks
yeah,
shot, but
what
she's
I'm
a
but she
shot blocker.
yeah,
She's great.
but she picks up bad fouls, and
Rebounds
I,
sometimes
also like
yeah,
re
sometimes the fouls is because the referees don't know how to ref her because of her size. I've seen her pick up bad calls because they're like, that was a little over the top aggressive. Not necessarily a foul though. May have blocked the shot
but
too hard.
but what I'm saying is this: her size is great if you're trying to do something in the paint, right? So if you come, listen, if you try and drive and she's there in the middle, great. But if you pull her out of the paint, now she's in no man's land. She's a liability on defense if you don't have a big for her to just stay in the paint and just man the middle, right? If you force her to play outside the paint, she can't play defense outside the paint. Can we agree on that?
She doesn't, but I'm saying to you, she
mm,
doesn't have to
Why?
With Angel Reese. You don't
No,
have
but
to.
what
yeah,
I'm
And
and
saying is,
then
and the
well,
two
hold on,
of
hold on,
them,
hold on.
they're a very good combination,
yeah,
and they work
and
well
then
together. That's the
yes, what I'm
I,
thing.
saying,
but so
and I'll say there's no defensive 3 seconds, so she can camp out.
if if your upside is based on Angel Reese being able to
No, no, no.
guard the
You
perimeter,
can't say that one
I'm,
way, Uban, because she helps Angel Reese also
yeah,
be able to do
they complement
what
each
she
other.
does.
Yeah, they complement each other.
That's why I said when
I'm talking.
I kept telling y'all in the draft that they needed to draft those two together. Whatever team
I
it was, I said the Sparks should have, and if they
God
would have,
damn
they'd
it,
probably be
LA.
in a better fucking position.
Damn it,
I'm
LA.
I'm
Shit.
talking about their upside as individual players. You can drop Angel Reese on any team in the WNBA. What she does is still going to be what she does. Like it's not contingent on Cardosa taking up some this over here or doing this over there. It works great. And I wish the Sky would actually find a way to feature them together more. But again, they need better guard play in order to feature them offensively. But Angel Reese can go to any of the how many teams they got? It's only 8 of them.
It's
Any of the 12.
This nigga.
yeah. I was drawing a blank.
Hey,
Like,
but look,
I mean,
both of y'all are saying, both of y'all are basically saying the same thing for the player that y'all lobbying for. They both gotta improve in certain areas. The thing
absolutely.
is, once they both do that, who has the higher ceiling? And if it's Cordoso has the size and all of that stuff, and if she makes the improvements, I'm gonna say her ceiling would probably be higher. The
You,
motor
you, you,
and
you know,
what Angel Reese does, I agree with you, Ubang,
Yeah,
and in terms of it, it's gonna be consistent across the board because she outworks people.
yeah.
She
but
outworks
you,
them.
but
I'm
hear
just
me out
talking
though.
strictly upside, Ubong.
Hear
I'm just
me
talking
out.
strictly upside.
If she improves her touch around the basket, she gets a jump shot. I'm trying to remember who that sounds like. Gosh, who does that sound like? That don't sound like Asia Wilson.
Asia
So you're
Wilson
saying,
six
Hell
five.
no.
Asia
Have
Wilson
you
six
watched Asia
five, man.
Wilson's game?
huh?
Are you
6'5".
seriously
What
trying to?
what I'm
6'5".
what
Hell
what
no.
what I'm telling I'm see again, you're talking about right now, I'm talking about the finished product. What was Asia Wilson when she came into the league? Do we know what she was? Because she
I
wasn't
said
this.
I said she was 6. I'm saying she's 6'5" is what I'm saying.
What I'm okay. So you're saying that because she's not 6'5", that she
Ubang,
can't do
you're
any.
saying that what you're it sounds to me, it's almost like you need to have uh Angel Reese convert into a guard, like playing like a guard. That's not just a mid-range jumper and touch around the basket. That's stepping outside away from the basket. That's shooting threes. That's
That's taking
dribbling.
you
That's
off the
bringing the
dribble.
ball up court. That's taking people off the dribble. That's a nigga. Asia Wilson is like a complete player. Like that ain't just
Correct.
touch around the basket in a jump in 15-foot jumpers.
And a lockdown defender.
All right.
But
Again, sorry.
no,
You
I'm
guys
saying
like you guys are you because you guys. I guess you guys have seen what you think she can be, and you're like, no, she cannot be any better than whatever she is right
No, no,
now.
no, no, no,
So
no,
you
no,
no,
guys
no,
no,
are
no, no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no.
no.
no. Yeah, I'm
Hold
not
on,
saying
So
hold
that.
on, hold on,
so
hold
I'm
on.
not saying
again,
that.
Hold on, hold on. Let
let's
me
I'm not
say
saying that at
let
all.
me let me clarify what I said. The reason why I
we
said what
can
I just
bookmark.
said.
Mm.
Let's just
No, no,
bookmark the
no, no, no.
conversation.
Let me
They don't need to
clarify.
even keep going. It's
No, no,
because it's
no, man.
pointless. It's
No,
not. It's
respect
pointless,
is
bro. It's
respect.
pointless.
I heard you. Respect is respect. What
Go
I
ahead.
said was what you said something to. You said she needs to improve her touch around the basket. And if she got a 15, if she started knocking a 15-foot jumper down, did you say anything else?
What I'm
I'm
saying
asking
is,
you. That's what
if
I
she gets
heard.
it, now I was just saying that in like just making quick points, not going into any kind of detail. If she gets a jumper, right? I'm not talking about just okay, just a spot. Hey, if she gets it on the elbow or whatever, she can take that shot. Like no, if she gets a jump shot where she has range at anywhere on the court. Who's to say that she can't get that? Is what I'm saying. Because she's already. I don't know if you guys. I've seen some of her highlights. She's starting to do that already this year. So what I'm saying is she's already starting to incorporate that in her game right now. Right? She's working with Brinkley, who works with the NBA players. Like she is incorporating it. She's a rookie. We don't know what her upside is, what her ceiling is, but we're so willing to say, oh well, Cordoza has that ceiling because she's 6'7". Okay, great. She's a big 6'7", and she's whatever skill set she's been 6'7" for a long fucking time. Like, so you should already have the advantage over somebody like Angel Reese because you have the natural given talent of being 6'7", right? You can't teach 6'7", but she's out of shape, or at least that's what Kev said. You know,
I said she needs to get her motor better. Yeah, better motor.
does she have a motor? Has she ever had a motor? Like we again, we're doing the WNBA a disservice by not. I don't I don't know Cordoza's history, right? But she seems like someone that if she had a motor, we would have seen her motor when
Not
she was
What
at
what do
South
you
Carolina.
mean?
When she was at South Carolina, did she have a motor? Did she
She
jump out?
After Aaliyah Boston left, she basically led the charge for South Carolina. I would say she was like a center. She was like one of the centerpieces for South Carolina in their championship run for sure. Hit some big
DP,
shots. Hit some big shots that they wouldn't have been. Like
what
she was a key piece for them, man. Like so, yeah.
DP.
Like I
I'm
can't
not.
just.
I wouldn't say she led the charge.
She was
Okay,
one
but
of the pieces that led the charge for South Carolina. If she wasn't in the mix and doing what she did, South Carolina wouldn't even been in the SEC championship game. They would have
right, but
lost. Like
I
she
hear you.
was a key player.
She was a key player. That's there's a difference between being a key player and leading the
I just
charge.
said she was one of the players who led the charge. She was a key piece. When I kept talking, I said she was one of the players who led the charge. She was a key piece for South Carolina in their championship run. Stop me
Kev,
when I've said something that isn't correct.
Kev, explain to me what your definition of leading the charge is. Is it like seven niggas leading the charge,
no.
or is it
Uh,
okay? So then,
Okay, Kevin.
let me
Kevin, can more than one player lead the charge?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I was gonna say
okay.
your big. I was
Damn,
gonna
I'm
say a big.
wondering.
I was gonna say a big three.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
I was
Damn,
gonna say
I
generally
get.
a big
all right.
three.
Yeah,
But
that's
but
Okay.
that's
I'll
crazy
say,
to think that only one nigga does it. Wow, that's wild.
I
Anyway.
I was gonna say this though with both of y'all. So and what I was saying, Ubang, as far as the upside, right?
Hmm.
When you're drafting a player, generally you draft on two things: ability and upside, right?
Okay.
The Chicago Sky. Who did they draft first? They drafted Camila Cordoso because of the upside. They're like, she's gonna have a higher ceiling. She didn't have a storied college career, a better college career than Angel Reese, but it was the upside. And so I'm telling you, if this woman can get up and down the court, stay out of foul trouble. She catches the ball, she establishes post position, and she finishes around the rim. She can rebound, she can alter shots. Yeah.
She can ultimately be a what? Like, give me a stat line for her. She can be a 25 and 15
Mm,
average.
I don't know if she could be a 25 and 15. I'll say she could be in a 16 and 12
Okay.
with three blocks. I'm gonna go 16
So
and 12.
her 16, she could be a 16 and 12, right?
But let's talk. But again, let's talk about the defensive side and the shot alters and everything else because you can't put a stat on that. They don't have a stat for it. That's not a stat. Shot altered.
Okay. I'm just now we going into shot altered. I'm asking you what
But
her you say
that's what.
what her upside could be a 16 and 12. So then
Yeah.
if Angel Reese right now is averaging 13 and 12
Hmm.
and Cardosa has a higher ceiling and her ceiling is a 16 and 12, then are we saying that eventually Angel Reese is going to have a fall off?
You're looking at one side though. You're looking at one aspect. You're looking at one side, and this is what I would
No,
say. Well, I would
I'm looking at the
I'd arguably say Angel Reese is one of the best rebounders to ever play, and she's only a rookie. And she's arguably one of the greatest rebounders as a rookie.
Because
That's
of her motor.
yes.
Nobody has that
Yeah,
type
and
of motor.
I'm not
She
disputing the motor.
outplays people
Yeah, not disputing that. But I'm saying on an upside level, and again, I mentioned shot blocking and altering shots. It's hard to put a stat on that. Motherfuckers was not going to the basket when Shaq was in the game. They was like, oh shit, that's Shaq. I'm gonna stand out and shoot this jumper. She has that type of effect.
and Shaq had the stats
Ye-
to back it up. We didn't
ye-
have to worry. We didn't have to put some unhurt some hey, these stats will never get. Yes, Shaq altered a lot of shots, but guess what? He blocked the gang of them shits too. And he won, he fucking dominated rebounds, he dominated blocks. Like he did the shit that motherfuckers that are known for defense do. Right. So I don't create a caveat where it's like, but her upside is, may not be on the stat sheet because, some of the stuff won't get. I don't want to hear that. At the end
It
of the day,
impact, but it impacts winning.
right.
I
Okay. There's a lot.
I
There's a
feel
lot of
I understand both of y'all, which is what I've been saying. Both of y'all have points for both players. Ubang, the only thing I'm saying is, and mine is strictly tied to the size, right? If both of them end up developing the skills that Kevin is saying Cordoso needs to develop, and you're saying Angel Reese is going to develop. I'm strictly speaking on Cordosa at 6'7" or whatever. If she's able to do everything that we would say that she needs to do. Now, if we taking size out of it, I don't know. But my reason for saying it would be like, damn, positionally, like size wise, if this girl can get it together, if this woman can get it together, she has the potential to be a dominant force. But I'm not saying that what you're saying about Angel Reese is wrong. it's just if she turns into an Asia Wilson, then we are talking a fucking different story. But
If
that's a
Angel Reese
that's a
grows, if she grows
that's a
3 more
lot of develop.
inches,
I don't even think she has to grow three
no,
more
no, no.
inches.
I'm saying if
If
she,
she develops skills like Asia Wilson and she's 6'3", she's gonna be a beast. Well, I mean, she already is, but I'm just saying that would be ridiculous.
and I'm
Like
saying
now
if
you're
she,
talking about a different type of situation.
I'm just saying if she was 3 inches taller, if she was 6'6" right now, then I would probably say Angel Reese has the higher
So
upside.
then yours is tied to
It
the
is, yeah.
size then.
Well, yeah, and I said that. I said, she gets inside position. She's got to get a motor. But I said shots altered, and block shots. Yeah, that's all tied to her size.
What she will never be though, regardless of her upside, and this is, I was letting both of y'all say what this player had to do and that player had to do. What she will never be though is a bigger star than
No, she
Angel
won't.
Reese.
No, she won't.
That won't happen.
I agree with that. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
but the star power also has to be backed up by what you do on the court, right? Like, so she's a star because she the something that she's doing is jumping out and catching people's attention. And again, the only knock that people have on her is her lack of finishing around the basket. And I think that as a rookie, the game is moving so fast. You're trying to, again, I'm undersized. I'm trying to just pogo stick and just hit the ground, jump, put it right back up. Once the game slows down for her and she's able to get an off season and really work on, her finishes around the basket, like I really believe that, like, because keep in mind, like a lot of these games where she's getting 13 points, 15 rebounds, she's going like 5 of 12, 5 of 13, or whatever.
Mhm.
Just turn some of those misses into makes. And we're talking about someone that's averaging easily 20 and 10. Like, and again, alter as many shots as you want to. Like, I just don't know how you can have a 20 and 10 person out there and say that that's not meaningful or that's not upside, or I just don't like. That's crazy to me. But we'll see, man. Like I said, we could bookmark it because I'm steadfast in what I'm saying, and you know, um, I feel like give her a couple of off seasons, give her a couple of off seasons, kind of get right, man, and we'll see a more polished, finished product. As far as Cardosa, I don't even want it to seem like hate on Cardosa, right? Like, shout
Yeah,
out
I
to her.
mean,
She's
I just think
definitely
you
a
don't
beast.
know a lot about her, man, because like she was she's decorated even coming out of college. Like she got a lot of shit accomplished coming
I
out of
I
college.
did
So just as
I,
like,
I
you know,
didn't say she
no, I'm
wasn't.
just saying like
You know, but
it's shit that she's done and there's a reason why. I'm just saying like even Kevin was saying there's a reason why they drafted her and there's a
Yeah.
reason why they drafted her first. I mean, it wasn't just
if
out
they
the blue, you know.
now do you think that now let's play devil's advocate. Do you think that if the Sky had a chance to do it all over again, that they're gonna run it the same way?
I don't think. I mean, I don't think the Sparks would.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think the,
Right.
I think the Sparks would have drafted Angel Reese.
Right. So yeah, like again, we talk about a lot of stuff. Shit, Henry Ruggs got drafted before Justin Jefferson. Like, the scouts don't always get it right. Like, you
No,
just
they don't.
using
They don't
yeah.
always get it right. I'm just
We're
speaking to
talking.
the point
Yeah,
of
like
him saying why they did. I'm
yeah, it's
just
just
saying like there's the reason why is because of the shit that she was doing up to that
yeah.
point.
And then
That's
you're
all,
thinking
man.
about you're thinking about the upside. That doesn't mean that they're going to have a better career. I'm
Right.
not sitting here
Like no,
saying she's going to have a better career than Angel Reese.
yeah, now that we know what's
Yeah, I'm
happening
not. I'm
now,
not saying that.
obviously.
I'm just saying strictly upside.
Yeah, we just gonna have to bookmark the conversation.
The
So
there
the beautiful thing.
I'm
Beautiful thing
sorry.
about it, we got it on wax.
Yeah, no doubt, no
They're
doubt.
gonna be going back searching for this. Man,
Oh yeah, yeah.
at an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh yeah. You already know it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
hey, and Ubang may very well be right.
Yeah,
In it may be the other way around. Right now it's looking like I say, it's only tied to size
yeah.
because Reese is getting
And
busier than Cordoso. She's getting busier. So it's only tied to the size as far as I'm concerned. So
yeah.
but yeah, man. Kevin, did you
Uh,
have any other
I
WNBA points?
yeah, I did. I wanted to talk about the Atlanta Dream playing the Seattle Storm. So in this game, the Storm won 83-81. Skylar Diggins 29 points, Joel Lloyd with 21 points. But I wanted to highlight someone, Ryan Howard from the Atlanta Dream. I don't know if you all are familiar with Ryan Howard, but Ryan Howard played for the U.S. women's 3-on-3 team. So she was a bronze medalist. So Atlanta was led by her, Ryan Howard. She was a bronze medalist. You remember I was talking about this thing with Jalen Brown and getting some NBA guys. The WNBA, in this regard, I think they're ahead of the NBA because you have Ryan Howard, who is a decorated player. She was a WNBA Rookie of the Year in 2022. She's a two-time WNBA All-Star. She was the SEC Tournament MVP in 2022. She was the FIBA America's Under 18 champ in 2018, the FIBA Americup MVP in 2021. So she's had a really, really good, pre WNBA career from high school to college to having a good WNBA start. She's only played a few seasons and she played in the 3-on-3. And in addition to her playing in the 3-on-3, you had De'Erica Hamby that also played in the 3-on-3 game, in the 3-on-3 Olympic team that took bronze. So, NBA, if you
Man,
guys are
what's her name?
listening,
Hold on, man.
De'Erica, yeah, you know the one that played for Las Vegas, the one that was in the lawsuit.
Yeah,
And
I know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, um, NBA, if you're listening, let's please get some NBA guys on that 3-on-3 team. And let's collaborate with Ice Cube of the Big Three to take two of their best players and let's put a team together to represent LA in a positive fashion and get that gold medal. And speaking of, the guy that I was talking about, Michael Beasley, who I said should play in the
Won't
three on
happen.
three. No, I'm just saying. I mentioned him. He was the MVP of the Big Three this past season.
And the NBA considers Beasley an outcast, and anybody who participates in the Big Three an outcast because they don't anything that's taken away from
The NBA
the NBA's,
machine.
not even their machine, but their control over the sport. Like
Okay.
they're not gonna invite it. They're not gonna open their arms and welcome them with open arms. If that
Yeah.
was the case, it would be a better situation with Ice Cube right now and the NBA as
Yeah.
far as, getting support from them for the big three.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they don't they don't last time we were talking about FIBA and all of that stuff and the NBA's agreement with FIBA, whatever agreement they came to was something the NBA was comfortable with. You think they're comfortable with the big three
Yeah.
or back in the big three in any fashion?
My nigga Gary Payton just coached Bivouac to a NBA. To a Big Three championship. So now he never has a chance to get a job as an NBA coach. Gary Payton, you're finished. You're
Hey,
done.
and I'm not saying
Well,
that everybody who's participating in the big three ain't got no love
yeah,
and that they, because there's a lot of former NBA players, Kenya Martin, Rashad McCants, all those dudes, they were playing in it before. There's a Rashard Lewis, Reggie Evans. A lot of people have played in it. You know what I'm saying? Gilbert Arenas played in it also.
And I gotta
But
stand. I gotta correct myself, man, because I'm wrong. I misspoke. Corey Brewer is an assistant coach,
okay, and he
and
played. He played
and
also.
he just won a championship in the Big Three. So I do
Yeah,
remember him being an NBA assistant this past season.
yeah. But what a better way to phrase what I'm saying is your participation in the Big Three in any shape, form, or fashion does not warrant any kind of anything in the NBA. Like
Yeah,
they're not recruiting you from the big three. The only person you said who did that was what? Joe Johnson, who
yeah,
basically got a look, but they are Joe Johnson was an NBA player who was just showing he still got it. Have they recruited any of the young talent
nah,
from the big three?
no,
That's
yeah, like
that's what I'm saying.
and if you're coaching in the NBA at the same time as playing in the Big Three, you're sitting on the back line of the coaches. You're not sitting on that front line with the coaches. So Corey Brewer sitting on that second row where they're in the booster seats.
Sitting in that second row, getting in niggas' way where you
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
see, like,
yeah.
this nigga sit down, man.
Man, hey man, Dante Jones played the Big Three. He was in that second row, sitting next to the nigga getting in our way at the Clipper games.
I mean, and it shouldn't be that way. It's just that's not going to catapult you to any kind of like putting the big three on your resume. The NBA is
Yeah,
not going to look at that like, oh, this guy was a big
we
three,
got
.
we got to get him a job.
But that's
Oh man,
but that's unfortunate though.
yeah.
It shouldn't be that way. Like, why can't you support Ice Cube and what he's doing with his league? Whatever happened to who was that? David with the league that they were trying to start.
Oh, David West.
David West.
David
Whatever
West.
happened to that league?
It never came. It never grew legs and came through, man. And last I seen David, man, he's been coaching on the Adidas circuit with Garner Road, Garner Road, which is in North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been coaching with them.
Damn.
Pretty consistent with coaching with them, man. Hell of a youth coach. Hell of a youth coach. Cool dude.
Okay. All right. Well, man, WNBA done. You got any more points or
Uh,
specific things you wanted to raise on the WNBA?
this will probably irritate Ubong more, me saying this, but I'm gonna say it. A show that you weren't on, Ubong. We were actually talking about who the rookie of the year should be and who I thought it should be. I'm still gonna say it's Angel Reese. I understand that they both have records. Caitlin Clark has the assist record right now, the assist record by a rookie, and she's number one in assists. And I understand, and Angel Reese has most double doubles by anybody in a season, and she's leading in rebounds. I still think it's Angel Reese's. I know that Caitlin and them are in seventh place. I know that Chicago's in eighth place. I'm still going to give the rookie of the year to Angel Reese. I don't want to see co-rookies of the year.
Why would that irritate him more? He's a Reese's Pieces.
Because I was talking about the upside and how
Oh,
No,
Cordozo
uh,
has
no,
a
no. I
higher
mean,
upside to come back and
ups,
then say this.
yeah, upside has nothing to do with how they look right now. Um, and I think Caitlin Clark is coming on, and she's been having uh really big games, and I think the cupboard was always fuller for Caitlin Clark. She had last year's Rookie of the Year on her team,
Mm-hmm.
so and because a lot of the eyes are on Caitlin Clark, um, a disservice is being done to Aaliyah Boston, who has been cooking for that team. She almost had a triple double. I think she almost had a triple double. Was that today that they played?
Who?
But Aaliyah Boston, like Aaliyah
She had,
Boston,
she had 15 rebounds.
it was like
Yeah,
9
nine
and
points.
15.
Yeah, 9 points, 15 rebounds,
Yeah.
8 assists. Yeah.
yeah. She's been cooking, You know what I'm saying? So, and I think they have a better overall team. Like if you want to talk about the difference, and the impact, it's um, you know, if you're playing a position that requires guard play for you to be relevant,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to ever get off when the guard play is so subpar. You see, it was a chick named what was her name? Mabry. They traded her. She's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like the guard play wasn't that great for the Chicago Sky. But
Hmm.
at this point, with the way Caitlin Clark's been coming on lately, if she wins Rookie of the Year based off how she's been playing now, I wouldn't be upset because she's been putting up big time numbers over the
Hmm.
last. It's hard to say because the Olympics were in the middle of it, but I guess maybe the last 3 to 4 weeks of maybe 3 weeks of played basketball.
Yeah, so maybe like
But
5, 6 games,
no,
something like that.
yeah, yeah. How many
Yeah,
games
like 5 or
they average?
6.
Maybe
It's
like three.
it's something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
yeah. Like she's turning the corner and she's finding her way with the assists. Like, and the funny thing is, I think the assist thing was just something that she was doing to appease like the team because it felt like it was just, oh man, she's just, she's chucking shots, and she's not making them. So to appease her teammates, she kind of did the assist thing. And what it did was it just opened the floor up for her. So now those shots where people were crowding her, right? She's getting doubled, she's getting face guarded. Like you
Hmm.
can't do that as much anymore. So now, she's getting better looks. It's just like the game is finally like opening up for her, and again, at the end of the day, if she is who the league says she's going to be, we want that. We want her to have good performances. We want her to put
Yeah.
on a show. ESPN will continue to lead with her on the front of ESPN.com and on Bleacher Report whenever she performs well, because they want this to have some staying power. They want it to have some longevity. You know what I'm saying? They don't want it to be a flash in the pan, and when football season comes around, we forget about who she is. Now's the time where we got to get on this marketing campaign. You see these presidential um these presidential candidates out here campaigning. They need to do the same thing with Caitlin Clark. What the fuck is the nearest football team? Is it the Green Bay Packers? She needs to pop out of Green Bay Packer games. She needs to pull up with
Shit,
Jordan
she was
Love.
at
No,
a
no, Indianapolis. Indianapolis
I
Colts.
saw her at
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm
a
sorry. Yeah, the
Yankee
Indiana.
game.
Yeah,
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 Colts.
no,
I saw her at a Yankee game in the booth, in the broadcast
but
booth talking. So I'm like, that was
but
I wasn't
yeah,
expecting that, but yeah.
but she
I,
needs to be on everybody's TV screen for the next 12 months. Like Boys and Girls Club, women's
And
empowerment.
this isn't just for her rookie of the year situation. You're saying for the
This is for
good
the
of the
betterment of
league.
the league.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct. They did a disservice to Asia Wilson, who was who was the current face of the league, and Nike is trying to right their wrongs.
Who will
But
likely win another MVP.
MVP,
Yeah.
correct. But like just get it right. And if she's to be the future of the league, let her embrace that role, and you need to get her out there. We need to see her. We need to get tired of seeing her so that she's like, like plastered in our memory. And that is what helps, what I'm saying, to like grow the league. So never hating on Caitlin Clark. If I had to pick a side, y'all know what side I'm rocking with. And that would have been at college, pros, whatever. It's always, black everything, man, for me. But um shout out to what's the lady's name from the 3-on-3 from LSU? Van Lith.
Oh, Van
oh.
Lith.
No, for real. Shout out to her. I think she just earned her PhD from from LSU, I believe. I
oh,
saw something.
Haley. Haley.
Haley Van Lith earned her PhD um, from from LSU. So, shout out to her, man.
Okay.
If
Okay.
we going if we're gonna tear him down,
You
and
gonna
she's
tear them
trying to do
down
the
to
little.
build them up?
Yeah. Now Kobe would be proud of that.
Yeah. And
I don't
LSU
know
and
about that.
and LSU is actually a Kobe sponsored school.
There you go.
So yeah.
So
Um,
we good. But yeah, man, that's all I got, fellas. I'm happy I was able to get through the live. I got some things going on in the background, but as the locks would say, we gonna make it,
Yeah,
man.
and
Let's
Van
hit the
Lith, I think,
sponsor.
transferred again, man. By the way,
Yeah, yeah,
to
she did.
TCU.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
okay.
let's hit the sponsorship real quick, Kev. You gotta lead the show with that, man. We gonna run it up every time we can.
Get your True Fusion coffee. Got that Super Fusion latte right there. If you like the latte, if you like it a little sweet, go on and get that latte, that super fusion with True Fusion. And we also got the black espresso. If you want that strong stuff, you like that black coffee, go on and get you the black espresso, mushroom coffee from Troop Fusion. Go to troopfusion.com and order now. TROOPFUSION.com. Troop Fusion.
FUCKYOU. Oh man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the podcast as well. I mean,
And
those are
comment.
Absolutely.
yeah,
And
and
comment.
comment.
Hit the
We
comments.
appreciate everybody who's been rocking with us so far. You know,
Respectfully, hopefully,
yeah.
Yeah.
you did.
And we'll
So
So,
be
yeah,
coming back to y'all this week.
yep, definitely will. All right, man. We out.
Peace
deuces.
out.